And welcome to my channel. Tonight for dinner I'm going to be making Pechugas Empanizadas con Espagueti Rojo con Crema, which is like a crispy chicken breast with sour cream and a red sauce. I have a couple of friends that were unfortunately involved in a shooting a month ago and they were injured, and I made a commitment to make them dinner at least once a week for a while until they're able to get back on their feet and able to start moving around a little better again. So I'm going to be doubling the recipe tonight. So if you would like to make it for only 4, I'm going to be making it for 8 tonight. So you would just have the recipe in the description on my YouTube video. You will see a recipe that is only made for 4, but when I cook tonight, I am doubling the recipe. If you'd like to learn how to make this delicious meal, follow along and I hope you enjoy. All right, guys, we're gonna start with our ingredients. For your chicken, you need 4 chicken breasts sliced thin. I can usually get 2 or 3 portions out of 1 chicken breast, depending on how thick they are. 6 large eggs. 3 cups of plain breadcrumbs. 2 cups of Panko style Italian breadcrumbs. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. And 2 tablespoons of seasoning salt. Now for your spaghetti, you want 2 pounds of the pasta of your choice. Our family prefers spaghetti and my husband really likes the penne pasta. So it just depends on what we're in the mood for, what we use. You need 3 cups of sour cream, 10 Roma tomatoes, half of an onion and 4 garlic cloves, chicken bouillon to taste, and salt to taste. Now let's get started with the cooking. All right, so prep for my spaghetti. I put a large stock pot full of water to boil with some salt, and we're just gonna wait for that to be ready. And in the meantime, we'll get our chicken going. So I have my sliced chicken breast. Let me move this a little bit. I have my sliced chicken breast ready to go here. I have my eggs cracked, and I've got my breadcrumbs here and an empty plate to put the finished chicken on. So I'm going to beat my eggs with my seasoning salt and my garlic powder. We're gonna just get that nice and mixed. Okay, so once everything is pretty well mixed, we're gonna start and we'll dip our chicken into our eggs, coat it in the breadcrumbs, and set it on the plate. And just like that, dip it in eggs, and then we're going to fully cover it in the breadcrumbs and press it in pretty well. The reason that I did a different ratio on the Panko breadcrumbs is because if you have too many of the Panko, it doesn't stick as well to the chicken. So yeah, so we want to make sure that the breadcrumbs aren't going to come off. And I'm going to bread all this chicken, and then I'll be right back. I just finished doing all my chicken, but then realized I forgot an important step of our spaghetti prep, and that was boiling our tomatoes. So you want to boil them until they start to split. I will be right back and we'll continue on. Our tomatoes are done cooking. So I put them here in my blender, and I'm going to add the ingredients for our spaghetti. So I have my onion and my garlic, and I'm gonna add that. And then just Nor chicken bouillon to taste. Don't be afraid on this one. I mean, don't add too much, but this is what really gives it the flavor. I don't really like to add salt to this part of it just because the bouillon already has enough salt, and so I'm just gonna blend this until it's as smooth as I can get it. And I'll be right back. All right, I've got my tomato sauce all boiled. I did forgot to add, when I was explaining earlier, that you do want it to have like a little bit extra Nor in there so it tastes a bit salty. It's really not going to taste salty when you're all done because that spaghetti, the pasta is going to eat up that saltiness, so it's not going to be overly powerful. And we're going to continuously check it to see if it needs more. So you don't have to worry about that. I will be back in a minute and we're gonna start cooking our chicken and we're gonna put together our spaghetti. I'm just waiting for my spaghetti to be barely al dente. You don't want it to be super cooked and you don't want it to be completely hard, but it needs to be a little bit al dente still so that you can cook that cream sauce into it. All right, I'll be back. Pasta is done cooking here. I wouldn't even call it al dente. I would say it's a little bit under, but that's okay because we still have to put it into the sauce and cook it in the sauce. And it's gonna soak up and finish cooking in there. If you do have it fully cooked, it will overcook. So we have it just perfect right here. Follow me over to the other side of the kitchen and we are going to start cooking our pasta and then get going on our chicken. All right, guys, I have got my stock pot on medium-low heat. And I am going to add our tomato sauce into the pan, but you want to do it through a strainer to try to get out any seeds that didn't get blended. So you're just gonna hit your strainer until you get any of those chunks sifted out of it. It might take you 1 or 2 rounds. Whatever's left in here is just gonna get discarded. Mine is just going to it's gonna be a little bit more chunky than it should be because I think I need a new blender. I think my blades aren't cutting up things the way they should. I made a salsa earlier and I found a whole bunch of chunks that I didn't want in there after I finished making it. But thankfully I was able to just get them out. They're big enough. Like I said, this is just, we really only want the sauce. We don't want any seeds or chunks. It needs to be completely smooth. Okay, so I've got all that emptied out. I'm just going to empty that back into my blender and set it aside. And we're going to heat that. It shouldn't take long because it's still kind of warm from being boiled. To start boiling again, and then we're going to add our sour cream. And we're going to want a whisk so that you can get your sour cream mixed well into there. I'm going to move you a little closer. You can kind of see, and it is starting to boil now, so I am going to add the sour cream to the mix. Once I've added my sour cream, I'm going to whisk it and get it nice and well mixed in, and you're looking for a light pink color. Got it all mixed, and we're going to return to a boil. Right now is the time that we're going to check it for salt. So yeah, we're going to check for salt. Sorry guys, I'm a little unprepared. This is really my first couple of videos, so I am learning as I go. So it tastes pretty well with the salt. That's good. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to return it to a boil. Once it's boiling, I'm going to add the pasta back into it. See me in a second. All right, my sauce is boiling now. So I'm going to add my pasta, and then I'm going to reduce the heat to a medium-low. And we are going to let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes until our pasta is fully cooked. I'm going to move you a little closer so you can kind of see, oops. What it looks like now that it's all in there. And I forgot to mention, I should mention not to rinse your pasta after you drain it, because the sauce won't stick to it as well if you don't. So we have it all mixed in, and we're going to reduce our heat to a medium-low. And we're going to cover, and we're gonna stir occasionally, and it'll be ready once our pasta is fully cooked and some of the liquid has soaked into the pasta. I'll be right back and we'll start cooking our chicken because I can hear our oil and it's ready. All right, back again, guys. I've got my oil done, and it's you can hear it sizzling in there and popping, so that tells me that my chicken is ready to go in there. So I'm gonna start by just laying them in there. You want to give them a little bit of space so they don't stick together. I'm going to probably be able to fit 3 or 4 in at a time here. Don't worry about taking those onions that you put in there out. Yep, I can fit 4 into here right now. And I like to have, some people like to have their oil halfway over the chicken. Me personally, I like to have it fully submerged. That just kind of, for me, it has more even cook. And I told you guys medium-high level. For me, my skillet, it's 375 degrees. It doesn't have like low, medium, high. And so yeah, I'm just gonna continuously flip this. You can measure. You can take the temperature, and the internal temperature you're looking for is 165. I usually go by if it feels, if it doesn't feel stiff. I guess that's the word for it. That you've got like a soft texture and it feels like it's cooked. I've been cooking long enough that I know how a chicken feels when it's cooked. And so yeah, we are going to fry these, and then when they're done frying, I'll put my batches on to a plate lined with paper towels, and I will show you what you're looking for here when this first batch of chicken is ready. Guys, I have detached my ring light, and I thought I would show you how things are coming along. I'm gonna flip my chicken here, and everything looks like it's cooking good. Still got a ways to go before we're ready to pull it out, but this is what you're looking for while it's cooking. That beautiful golden color. It's gonna get a little darker as it fully cooks. And then over here for our pasta, steam. It looks beautiful, simmering on low here. We're stirring it every so often to make sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom. And I tested for salt, which you should continuously do, and it tastes great. It's looking like this will be done in about 5 or 6 minutes, and we still have a ways to go for our chicken. And I am going to come back when we have everything all cooked, and I will show you what you're looking for, and we'll plate. Thank you. All right, guys, I got my second batch of chicken in. My first batch is ready. This is the consistency that you're looking for, golden brown. See, that one got a little bit brown, dark brown on the edge, a little bit too dark, but everything looks beautiful, and we are going to plate next. All right, guys, we are all plated up. My kiddos like their chicken to be cut up into strips. We got our spaghetti and our chicken. And then I put a nice green salsa to go on this side. You can find that recipe if you look further into my videos. It's the last video I made before this one. And yeah, we also like to serve ours with some warmed up tortillas. And yep, we're gonna feed this to my kiddos, and then here pretty soon I'm gonna go make a delivery to my friends, and I'll let you guys know how they like it. All right, guys, just got back from my friend's house and I got the seal of approval, so we're good. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for my next videos.